We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Jason Roberts with Holiday Beach Companies, and thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
So I'm really excited about this episode because investing in beachfront property is so important, and you guys have created your company in a very special way.
Yeah, we have. A lot of it is out of necessity. So what we started doing is we started creating the beach houses and running the numbers and looking at what exactly it costs to keep them and hold them until the time to sell. So we've created 6 main companies that are all part of it because we couldn't find what we needed here locally to make it happen. So we have development, we have a framing company, we have electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and the mechanical side. We have our own audio visual, and we have real estate and rentals. And so on the rental side, it was allowing us to be able to really see what that house would do. So on the development side, we could start developing the house to the rental numbers and developing the construction to a hold strategy to where people could actually reap the money that was coming off the appreciation instead of having to dump it into repairs.
So walk me through how your company started and you developed into what you are today.
Okay, we moved over here in 2011. In our past life, we developed dormitories across the country, so we had a lot of knowledge as far as what does it cost to build something that's going to hold up over time. We didn't see that going into the high-end homes, but it actually has. And so now we've done over 80 homes, and we're maintaining 60 of them approximately in the management company. So all the data from everything we've done keeps coming through. And then the new homes that we're building, we're correcting any of the problems that we see on the maintenance hold so that we understand what it's really going to cost to take care of that house. Taxes can go up, insurance can go up. Maintenance can change, but you need a firm grasp of what it's going to take to keep that house for 5 years until you're ready to sell it. Or if you want to keep it forever, what does that mean? So we became dealers of everything in the houses. By being dealers, if the couch breaks or anything happens, we can get that piece back up and running because lost rents are a big part of the hold strategy. So if the air conditioning's down and we lose a $20,000 rental, or if the couch is broke and we can't get a rental, those things have to be fixed immediately, or the cost to hold the home is changed.
Well, I love the approach to your company, Jason, because most people, when they're thinking about investing in beachfront property, they're just imagining the money that they're going to make and their family spending time on it and being able to give that property to their family once they're no longer here. But you guys take a different look at how people invest in property.
We do. A lot of the reason is because we take a different approach on creating the house to where when we pass it to the end user that we can really control what they want to do with the house. And is it a long-term hold forever? Great. We threshold inspect all of our houses like high rises so that if there is a hurricane and something happens to that house, there's not lawyers fighting, it's instantly taken care of. We have our own restoration arm of the company, so if the house gets flooded, we're out there immediately that day putting the house back together so it hasn't set and cost more money. And so more than anything, it's as we grow with the companies, minimizing the risk of the hold or of the house that someone purchased. What is the risk of that house? Was it built right? In 5 years, how much money will I have to put in it to keep it up to that? There's never a perfect answer, but really not burying your head in the sand and trying to understand the hold cost along with the rentals is the number that's it's missing in a lot of the conversations. Yeah.
So when you say hold costs, what does that mean to a potential investor that's listening right now?
Well, it can obviously change, and if they're using finances from the bank or not. But let's say it's a cash deal. The whole cost would be your insurance on the home. These homes are fully sprinkled. They're built like transient housing, which is a code in Florida, so that helps on your insurance. It also helps in case there was ever a fire that doesn't burn the whole house down. So insurance cost, maintenance cost, electrical bills, the utility bills, really keeping the data from all of that so that we can track exactly what it costs to hold the house against what the appreciation of the property is off past appreciation models and trying to see what it's going to appreciate in the future and making sure that your hold cost doesn't cost more than it's appreciating.
Well, and that's a beautiful part about your company, Jason, is because you have all of these different layers within the company. If an HVAC goes out, you guys can take care of it immediately and not cost that investor $30,000 for the week.
Yeah, to do good at the rental company, it all goes hand in hand. So if we're going to manage and rent someone's house, it's really who takes care of the house the best, not the guest you put in it, because guests get online and they book and they come and stay in your house. By having everybody work on the house as part of our company, we're in here on Tuesdays cleaning the pools, we're here fixing something because it's here, but it's all our own people. So we can keep an eye on the house by keeping the quality of the guest experience up, but us still being in the house all the time. We have mid-stay cleans, we have bonfires and chairs, we have our own fishing boat that we book fishing charters. We're working on a limo service so we can pick them up at the airport and keep less cars in the parking lot. But it's kind of one of those things where it's either all or nothing, and you never get to where it's all, but you got to keep working in the right direction to minimize the risk of the journey.
Well, risk is what it's all about when you talk about investment. And I love the fact that you've set your company up so that everybody wins.
Yeah, and ultimately to make it work right, culture's dead. So our company is all about everyone thinking and finding problems together so we can solve them. It's so easy with 8 companies to have people finding something wrong and pointing the finger at the other company, even though we're all Holiday Beach companies. And so what we've really worked on is we're only as good as we think all as a team. So we really try to sit down and hear everyone's opinion, write it all down, all pick what the best path forward is. We really tried to instill leaders instead of bosses at every position.
So if someone's watching this right now and they're thinking about investing, whether it's here in Florida or maybe in the Carolinas, what are some of the things that they should think about when they're hiring a company like yours?
I think you just got to really check and make sure that their data is accurate and that they understand what they're talking about. You also need to study appreciation models. Appreciation's big, especially post-COVID, because people with wealth can work from home and the relocation of wealth is changing. So we really try to capture upon that by making sure that we understand what the sand costs has been appreciating here. It's easy because we have a beach. And the sand cost is easy to track appreciation. When you're in an area where it just keeps sprawling out forever, like Nashville, you have to understand the pockets more. And so it's the same down here. We got the beach, but you got Alice Beach Pocket, you got Rosemary Beach Pocket, then you come across the bridge, you got Carillon that's getting remodeled, and then you got the West End, which is where everything's flowing because the price of sand's still reasonable enough to have a great return in the long term.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks for coming down and checking us out.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.